In this episode of a mobile home makeover, I replace a broken bathroom exhaust fan motor and play Raiders of the Lost credit card. One of the more developed sections of the creek. Hello, Bill. Oh, yes. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? I had a spill this morning back here behind the cooktop, and I decided that I would do a little bit more silicone sealing around here. Here it is, cleaned up. I just got some more silicone all the way around it. And that's gonna dry clear. So yeah, I was on the phone last night with Deb, and I needed to give her a credit card number in order to order something. And then I dropped the credit card here through the porch. So today, maybe late in the day, I'm gonna need to pull these panels off and go under there, cleaning up the housing for the old fan motor. So my step one of the project was realizing I bought the wrong fan at Home Depot. Step two was ordering, I think, the right replacement fan. This is just a universal fan for an older type of a situation, I guess. It's like it came with these nuts, which is good because I don't have any. This little guy is pretty chunky. It's called Basic. This part was easy enough. Just screw this thing on. Now this fan just sits in here. You need to make a choice: blades down or blades up. The manufacturer's picture shows them pointing down, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Not like that. I need to get it lined up, obviously. That's a two-hand job. In fact, that's going to be easier to do if I take this out again and put it on before I put it in here. Yeah, let's be careful with these. You don't want them to wind up with the credit card wound up. There we go. Now I put this in here. Looking pretty good. Except I got the plug on the wrong side now, so I need to do it one more time. And take 3. Got the cord coming out the bottom now, which is where it needs to be. Turning the power off at the switch, even though this basically operates off a plug. I'm not really going to be touching electricity up here. What I do need to do is figure out what kind of screw or what kind of bolts I need to mount up into here. I'm gonna go look at the other one to figure that out. So this one features the same guy, and you can see there's 2 screws right there. Maybe I'll pull one of these out and see what it looks like in order to find a match. The answer is it looks like that. Do I have anything that matches that? I'm gonna go dig around and see. I don't have a ton of hardware on site, but I got a few things that we've dug up. Otherwise it's either a trip to the hardware store or up to the in-laws. Sorting through screws. Picked up a few options for screws at the in-laws, plus one for ball that'll be featured in a later video. It's supposed to be a marble, but a super ball will work. But before I get too far with this fan, I'm going to try plugging it in to see whether even any of this is going to work. Yes, it is going to work. If I can get up here. Well, that was a little bit convoluted. There was a pipe up here that I had to push up and then hold in place by putting a stick across the top of the insulation so I could get this guy up and in place. But you can see all the way up to the pipe is in the right place, the vent is in the right place, and now I'm going to plug it in and see if it works. I used one of the old screws and one of the new ones that I got at the in-laws, and yeah, I think we're in business. Top of this screw that I picked up from Kim's collection, the screw fits perfectly, but the top of it's just a little too small, so I need a washer, but I don't have any washers. So what do? Well, I already tested this out once with a penny, but I'm going top notch now with a dime. If you're wondering what happened to the penny, it met the same fate as the credit card. It fell down there. So here we go with the dime. This is not a protest or anything. This is just out of desperation. It actually worked much better with a dime and a larger diameter drill hole than the first time I tried. Sorry, Ike. Saved me a trip to the hardware store. Well, after the relatively complex task of figuring that one out, I now have to go back and fix the wiring in this guy. So turning the power out. Oh, got on the first one. Well, that didn't work. Painting the old doorbell. I have a little bit of that plexiglass left over, and I decided to update. This is kind of a heavy glass cover that was on this light, and since there are going to just be LED bulbs in there, I figure I can put a piece of plexiglass in now. I cut in from this edge first, and then I'm going to cut in from that edge. Well, I got the two switches to work, but this one still does that vanity light and the fan, and this one does this light. That's kind of a trip. These two plugs up here have two different controlling different ones. I don't think I'm going to be able to change that. I decided to abandon this metal thing, putting in plexiglass here instead of the old glass, make it lower profile. And then I'm just going to have an LED light up here, which is low heat, so it won't create an issue. And now has come the dreaded moment where I'm going to retrieve the credit card and begin to clean out underneath the porch. I got some tools. Let's see what's here. Well, I had tools, but it looks like this is the one I need. Right here. If you'll remember, on my last trip under the porch, or under the house, now I'm going under the porch. On my last trip under the house, I discovered a cat skeleton. Some Raiders of the Lost Ark shit right here. Well, the good news is I can see the credit card. Where is it though? There it is. Sorry, you can't read the numbers. Well, I didn't find anything too unusual in there. Just, cigarette butts and bottle caps, and this is kind of funny, a cat nail clipper and a pencil. There's something I didn't know about the Graco paint sprayer until I'd been using it for a while, was that this spray nozzle come apart. So it goes back together like this. And you screw it on here and it locks it in place. Did a little touch up in here, and Bill is taking in the sunset. Once again, improving. I'm not always the brightest tool in the shed. I realized if I just switch the plugs up here, I can make it so that the lights both come on or the fan goes on. Yeah, whoops. There you go. Somebody was thinking ahead of me. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you can. And come back tomorrow for some lights and